in the groove. He's just this Zen master on stage where every beat is perfect. He's a master.
I love him.
He's so good. He's so good at just talking shit too. When he has everybody come on stage with him, he gives everybody a microphone and they just start shitting on him.
Yeah, he's the best. He also like has still like he's still maintained. People like when you don't change, you know? Like if you're a fat celebrity, you better stay fat. We don't want to see you skinny.
Right.
You know, and if you're a skinny person and you get fat, they go, "What happened?" You know, like we don't like any. That's why child stars are doomed, because they're gonna have to change. And you're gonna, I liked him when he was a cute kid, you know. But I think the same thing is true with like Attell. He still looks like he's broke.
Yeah.
You look at Attell, you're like, that guy, is he all right?
The same, he dresses the same way every time you see him, even on his specials. Wearing it could be 80 degrees outside. He's got a jacket on,
like a do-rag and a hat.
Like, he's just bizarre.
I love that, and I love that. Like you're like, is he okay? You're like, that's one of the best comedians in the world. He's crushing it. Yeah, but
he's really in his own little world. Like he really does still read newspapers, and he writes jokes in a coffee shop and his flip phone. Yeah. He texts you.
No, from a flip phone? I didn't know that.
Every time I get a text from him, I appreciate it because I know how long it took to make. These fucking things take forever. And he was in here in the studio, and he was sitting there. He had to text somebody. He was going,
Oh, that's
I was like,
hilarious.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you're like my dad. That's wild.
But he's right. Right? If you don't want to be connected to that world, you don't want to be influenced in, just stay in the zone. And who's better at staying in the zone than him? Nobody. Yeah. Who's better at coming up with new material? Nobody.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So he's just like found this area to exist in.
Yeah,
he's like,
the best.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I love it. I think he's one of the greats. So we agree that he's one of the greats. I had a couple of friends. This is a long time ago. We just went to a theater show. We saw this comic. He wasn't very funny. And they love to do that. Oh, I saw this special. It sucked. You know, like they love to shit on it better than just going, we enjoyed it. And so I go, oh, who'd you see? And they go, oh, I can't remember his name, but we'll text you if we can remember or whatever. And I was like, okay, these are good friends of mine. And so then like later on, they're like, oh, it was Dave Attell. And I go, oh, you were wrong. You are just wrong. And they're like, no, it was really bad. I go, wrong, you're wrong. There's just no way that is, and I think that's like the disconnect of like maybe a theater show.
Well, also,
or like a Netflix special.
Were you talking to your friends? Were you looking at your phone? Like,
they wanted some crowd work or something. I don't know what they expected, but I was like, you're wrong. Like that's one of the greatest. Yeah. I think sometimes if a venue's too big, you know, and the person's all small, like maybe there's a disconnect there.
Maybe.
But
I don't know, but there's usually screens.
Yeah.
It's people have shitty tastes.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I've heard things like that before about other comedians that I think are awesome. I'm like, shut up.
Well, and also the stadium's laughing and going, this guy's the best. And then my dumb friends
they were all
are going,
cheap jokes. Right. Oh, you mean my favorite kind? Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I like a good cheap joke.
Yeah, exactly.
A cheap joke that makes me laugh.
Did it work?
Fun.
Yeah, it should laugh. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not necessarily a connoisseur. I'm just here to have a good time.
Well, I do think that's a good thing too about taste. Like, I think it was in Dave Grohl's book. Where he was like, I'll drink shitty coffee from like a gas station, but also appreciate like a nice espresso. And I think that's a good way to like think about even like jokes. Yeah, I'll take a one-liner, a cheap joke. I'll take a story, a misdirection. I'll take anything.
Just make me laugh.
Yeah, I like the good stuff and the bad stuff. Yeah,
but the thing that's hard for comics is to maintain an audience enthusiasm. Right, like to watch comedy, like and appreciate it like you used to before you were a comic, because you know the tricks, and it's one way to like when you see someone who's doing hacky stuff, you're like yuck, but just fun, just have a good time. Yeah, don't start breaking.